أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم Bismillahir, Rahmaanir. Restore. مدد يا صاحب السيف سرابني مدد. طريقتنا الصوبة في الحرم جميعا. This way, this tariqat, it is based on what? Association. We're saying that every time. Every time you're about to listen to a sohbet, you hear these words coming. But what these words actually mean? What is association? What is sohbet? Sohbet made those ones who were living wrong lifestyles in the Prophet ﷺ's time by associating with the Prophet ﷺ. They become sahabis, companions. When you are in association, you become a companion. Companion is more than a friend. You accompany. Wherever that one goes, you are going to be like his shadow. So this tariqat is based on association, where you want to accompany, you want to be a companion to the one who is showing us the way. And you accompany first with your heart, later physically. There are so many also who very strongly, with passion, that they want to come to be with us physically. Permission is not given to them yet, so they have to stay where they are. But I want everyone to understand too that sohbet, association, to be in the company, to accompany the shaykh, it's not that easy. And it's not that cheap. And so many, after a while, they get tired from it. Certain things they see, they don't understand, then they start complaining. But if you give bayat, if you agree and you say, no, you will find me patient, and you accompany in the journey, that is your journey, back to your Lord. No one is putting any difficulty in your way. You are putting difficulty for yourself. And the difficulties that are in front of you, if you overcome them, you will find a great reward. That station, that reward, that blessing, that honor that Allah has promised to you. That with our own heedlessness and our own egos, we are rejecting it, but Allah with His mercy, He's sending prophets and He's sending His awliya to wake us up and to go back on that road to take what is destined for us. Some they get tired, some they start complaining, some they start questioning. That's normal. It's not that good, because you're going to lose a lot. If Hazrat Musa alayhi salam, 3 incidents happened with him, with Hizr alayhi salam. And if he finds it difficult to be patient, then it is normal for regular people. But we are not the nation of Musa alayhi salam. And Musa alayhi salam, we do not belong to his nation, and he is not our prophet. In that way, we accept all prophets. All prophets are our prophets, but he's not the prophet of the nation that we are in. It may be difficult for those ones belonging to that nation, but it should not be difficult for those who are calling themselves the nation of the chosen one. Our prophet is Mustafa, Hazrati Mustafa alayhi salatu wasalam, the chosen one. And his nation is also chosen. Chosen to do something. You're chosen for something. The honor comes with responsibility. More responsibility you have, more honor. So, what is our responsibility? The man who wakes up to understand, now I have a responsibility, that's the time he looks for a sheikh. And he gives bayat. And he takes that responsibility first and foremost. What is that responsibility? For him to what? Understand his ego. And not be a slave to his ego. Not to be a slave to dunya, to his desires, to shaitan. To understand this is the first and most important responsibility. Because all these stops us from fulfilling the reason of our creation, which is to know Allah and to worship Him. So what is sohbet? That so many, they are there physically, but their minds are somewhere else. And the sohbet is not just limited to a talk, because anyone can be there physically. It is what you do with the sohbet, that you put it in your lives, then you see your life turning around, and you start leaving those jahiliya practices. You understand? Ignorant. Ignorant because you have not seen guidance. Now that we have seen guidance, we cannot be ignorant. It is not for nothing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, O believers, believe. And in another ayat, He's saying, what are you going to do? Are you going to disbelieve after you have accepted belief? That is for us, that is for you, and that is for me. So, we see weeks, months, years passing. But there are many, so many who don't make any progress. We see them getting stuck. And later, they start blaming everything but themselves. And later they go back on their bayat. That's not very wise to do. Welcome to those who come. Farewell to those who go. No one is going to point a gun to your head. But every action that you do, you are responsible for it. And there are consequences. Yes, we are weak. That's why we have a guide. You cannot say, I'm weak, and you refuse to lean on that guide. That time you're not only weak, you're weak and stubborn and arrogant. Then it becomes worse and worse. You may say, I'm weak, but you're leaning yourself against your sheikh. And you refuse to let go. Then that time, his help will come in so many ways. You may fall, you will get up, you will learn, and you walk again. The sohbet, the dargah, is for us to make us understand who we are. So many have ideas of who they are. So many think they're such high level people, such good people, such spiritual people. And the dargah is there, and the Shaykh pulls out hidden sicknesses inside of you. Not to make you sick, to cure you. Those hidden sicknesses that he will take out, and that time, if you become more stubborn, you're not going to make progress. You're going to get stuck. Then after a while, you start wondering how life is outside. This goes the same, even if you're outside. If you're outside and you have lost the meaning of the life that you are leading, you start to look somewhere else, correct? That's why so many are here. Because you were outside and you lost the meaning of the life out there. You're trying, and you see there's no meaning. I want to find meaning. So you find those ones who have answers, who have meanings. They themselves will never claim that they have the answers. They say, our Shaykh does, Prophet does, Allah has the answers. And if it's necessary, He's going to give it to me. So inside of the dargah, inside of the Jamaat, inside of the association, if you stop finding meaning of what you are doing, it's going to get sour, it's going to get bitter, and you're going to look to find satisfaction somewhere else. And in this Jamaat, more that you're putting from yourself, more Allah is going to give. More that you're putting from your sincerity, more blessings and more taste is going to come to you. It is not through robotic action, coming here and going. It is not through getting sour and getting bitter about things. It is finding meaning and finding joy and finding the rahmat of Allah that is raining everywhere. That time, you'll be satisfied with very little, and you will find your Lord with very little. If you don't do that, you can have everything. You will never find your Lord, and you will never be satisfied. And how is our heart going to be satisfied other than the remembrance of Allah? Remembrance of Allah is to remember His Prophet, is to remember your Shaykh, and remember their sohbet, their association, their life, their mission, and to make it your life and your mission. My mission, our mission, not to let go. Don't let go these days. Very dark, very dangerous days. You're weak, just hold on tightly. Because, yes, we have a purpose. We have been chosen. We are the nation of the chosen one. And especially if you are in the Jama'at of Sahibul Saif, we have been chosen. Keep that alive, you will be alive. If you forget that, it will be tasteless and it will be death for you. The responsibility is up to you. The choice is yours and mine. As much is enough. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmaanir Rahim. Restore. Madad ya sahib al-Sirabani madad. Tarikatana sohbet fil harim min jamiyat. This way, this tariqat, it is based on what? Association. We're saying that every time. Every time you're about to listen to a sohbet, you hear these words coming. But what these words actually mean? What is association? What is sohbet? Sohbet made those ones who were living wrong lifestyles in the Prophet ﷺ's time, by associating with the Prophet ﷺ, they become sahabis, companions. When you are in association, you become a companion. Companion is more than a friend. You accompany. Wherever that one goes, you are going to be like his shadow. So this tariqat is based on association, where you want to accompany, you want to be a companion to the one who is showing us the way. And you accompany first with your heart, later physically. There are so many also who very strongly, with passion, that they want to come to be with us physically. Permission is not given to them yet, so they have to stay where they are. But I want everyone to understand too that sohbet, association, to be in the company, to accompany the Shaykh, it's not that easy. And it's not